What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan. I'm BMax45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have a rules and errata update for the Digimon TCG. We're here talking about the Q&A for BT22. I know it seems like we just did EX9 and they literally just released the last Q&A right before EX9 dropped, but they have released all the stuff for BT22 early, so we have a chance to look at the Q&A for the effects for BT22 in advance of even pre-release, because pre-release is still about another 10 days away. So we're gonna be, looking into this, seeing what effects we have to worry about, what we have to kind of know for BT22, and we're going to get into this as well as an update to the comprehensive rules guide that they posted as well. So let's get into it and let's talk about what effects we're interested in kind of learning about from BT22. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of fun. All right, Mother Eater. What is a breeding effect? We kind of know this. A breeding effect can be triggered and activated while this card is in the breeding area. Such effects can't be triggered or activated in areas other than the breeding area. When I use this card's breeding, start of your main phase, to look at my Digi-Egg deck's top card, do I have to reveal it? No, you don't have to reveal it. However, if you place a Mother Eater among them as this card's top Digivolution card, you must reveal the card to be placed. Then place it in the card's Digivolution cards. Pretty simple, standard stuff. Kind of like probably how Drazel works, basically. If I use this card's breeding star main phase to look at my Digi-Egg's top card, but then choose not to place a Mother Eater among them in the Digivolution cards, what happens to that card? After looking at the card, you return it to the Digi-Egg deck face down. So you don't have to do that ability. I don't know why you wouldn't, but I have no cards in my Digi-Egg deck. If this card has 10 or more Digivolution cards, can I use the part of the effect after then in this card's breeding start a main phase effect to play 3 Mother Eaters from this card's Digivolution cards? Yes, you can. If this card is in the breeding area, it has 10 or more Digivolution cards, and just 2 of those are Mother Eater. Can I use this card's breeding starter main effect to play just those 2 Mother Eaters? Yes, you can. You play 3 or as many Mother Eaters from this card's Digivolution cards as possible. If you just have 2, you play those 2. So, yeah. This card is in the breeding area. It has 10 or more Digivolution cards. 3 of them are Mother Eaters. Okay, use this card's breeding effect. Start of your main phase to effect to play just 2. No, you play 3 from the Digimon's Digivolution cards whenever possible. If you have 3, you play those 3. So do as much as you can, basically. So you have to play 3 if you have them, but if you don't reveal the last one, then you don't have to do it. My opponent has BT9047 Pomon in the battle area. Can I activate this card's breeding star and main effect and play a Mother Eater from this card's Digivolution cards? No, you can't. Cards can't be played by effects, even if, yeah. So, does this card's on-play effect also trigger when this card is hatched in the breeding area? No, it doesn't trigger because that is not a breeding effect. That is a on-play effect. An opponent's Digimon with piercing attacks my Eater trait Digimon. Then when my Digimon would be deleted by battle, I activate this card's inherited effect and place that Digimon as Digivolution cards at such times. Can piercing on my opponent's attack activate? No. Piercing triggers when a Digimon with an effect attacks and the opponent's Digimon is deleted in battle. Your Eater trait Digimon would be deleted, is placed in the Digivolution. So it protects from piercing. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Does not activate. That is actually pretty cool. This card, so many Mother Eater rulings. This card in the breeding area and my other Eater in the battle area is treated as having 16,000 DP. If my Mother Eater in the battle area is given minus 3,000 DP by effect, what happens to its DP? Becomes 1,300. Okay. This card is in the breeding area and my Mother Eater in the battle area is treated as having 16,000 DP. If my Mother Eater in the battle area is treated as having the original DP of 3,000 by an effect, what happens to its DP? it just becomes 3,000. Just basically. Can I pay just one Marimon? Can I play just one cost for this card's main effect? No, you can't. By a condition, it can only be met if only some of the required actions are performed. The condition requires you to pay 2 cost. Can I process the part of the effect after then in this card's main without meeting the buy condition? No, you can't. If you don't pay 2 in the part after then in this card's main effect, won't let this Digimon attack. Got to pay the cost. Got to pay the cost, and this is going to be the same thing with the blue Marimon. Omnimon, can I activate this card's decode red, black, level 3, and decode blue, yellow, level 3 to play a combination of 1 red card and 1 black, or 1 blue and 1 yellow? No, you can't. When this card would be removed from the battle area other than by battle, you can play a combination of 1 red or black level 3 card from decode red/black level 3 and 1 blue or yellow. So yeah. If this card has 3 level 4 cards and 3 level 5 cards in its Digivolution cards, how many of my opponent's Digimon do I return to the bottom of the deck using this card's 1 digital effect? 2 Digimon. For every pair of same level cards, you choose 1 of your opponent's Digimon returned to the bottom of the deck. So it doesn't matter if you have 3, only if you had 4, which would be really hard. Actually, no. If you had 2 X antibody level 4 sets, and then you DNA'd, that would work. The X that we've talked about, the X and the Nightmon and text, X in text refers to. That's pretty simple. Does this card's your turn effect trigger when this card is in the breeding area and would digivolve into a Digimon with Digimon? No, it's not a breeding effect, so it doesn't activate. Digimon, just X in the text. We're looking at that. If I use this card's hand main effect to digivolve into Sangamon into this card, ignoring digital requirements, does the combination with BT21 Sangamon's effect make it make the Digivolution cost 2? Yes, the Digivolution cost is 2. Okay, so yeah, the BT21 will make it will reduce that Digivolution cost. So that's good. So you can Digivolve to level 5 for 2. That's nuts. And then put Shellmon underneath. Can I activate this card's hand main effect at the same time as an effect such as P1? No, you can't. Like we said before, trainings cause the Digivolution. So it's a separate Digivolution than just Digivolving for a reduced cost. Arimon, multiple effects trigger when this card digivolves. In what order they activate? Effect triggers simultaneously, so the player can choose the activation order. You get to choose. Gold Numamon. What does if this Digimon stack has 2 more same level cards? So 2 level 5, 2 level 4, 6. Yeah. Examples include when a level 5 Digimon has a level 5 Digivolution card, or when a level 6 Digimon has 2 level 5 Digivolution cards. So yeah, same kind of thing. Let's jump forward. Chapromon. I use this card. Same thing. Digital cost is 2. Reduces cost. Can't use physical training. Should have known it would be the same. What do we got else? What's we got here? That's a big long one. Oranosmon, can I use this card's all turns effect to link a card that doesn't have a link? No, you can't. You have to have a link monster to link. Does this card's all turn effect trigger when this card itself is played? Yes, it triggers. Naya Bootmon. Can I use this card's when digivolving effect to reduce the DP of multiple Digimon? No, you can't. You choose one of your opponent's Digimon, then that Digimon's DP is reduced by this card's when digivolving effect. Activate this card's inherited effect, Terriermon, and place the top Digimon card of that Digimon as the bottom Digivolution card at such times. If that Digimon's top card becomes this card itself, does its your turn effect trigger? Yes, it triggers. That's the same thing with Palmon. We talked about same Kawagamon, same two or more cards of the same level. Can this card's on play when Digivolving effect suspend a different card from the one that's given can't unsuspend? Yes, it can. You get to choose. Can I activate this card's inherited effect even if my opponent's Digimon and the Digimon that has this card and its Digivolution cards are deleted at the same timing? No, you can't activate them when they're deleted at the same timing. 2-level cards, we're not talking about that. Can I Vegemon? Can I meet the conditions for this card's end of your turn effect by placing just two cards from the trash face down as this Digimon's bomb dilution? No, you can't. By condition, you have to meet the condition in order to get the effect. We talk about this all the time. If you must do it to get the effect, you must do the whole thing. It's when you only have to do something. It's like calling from darkness. Delete one of your opponents. Delete one of your Digimon. If you have no Digimon on the field, you can't do that. And then it says, and then you can do this. But when it says like, in order to do this, you have to do that. That's different. Like it says, do this so that you can do that. It doesn't work that way. Leopardmon Ace. I have this card, Omnimon at BT20. Last Guardian in the battle area. When my Omnimon would leave the battle area, but it's prevented from leaving by Last Guardian. Delay effect. Can I use this card's alternates to gain 2 memory? Yes, you can. When your Omnimon leave the battle area by this card's alternates effect and BT20 Last Guardian delay effect triggers simultaneously. Therefore, the player can choose the desired activation order. Even if BT20 Last Guardian's delay effect prevents Omnimon from leaving, you could activate this card's alternates effect. Caramon, we talked about this. We talked about X and text. We talked about inherited effects. We talked about a lot of these similar effects. They're just kind of like the same thing over and over again. Metal Tyrannosaurus antibody. Do I have to choose an opponent's Digimon for this card's inherited effect? No, you don't have to choose an opponent's Digimon. Does my opponent's Digimon attack even if I choose an opponent's Digimon that can't attack for this card's inherited effect? No, they can't attack using a Digimon that can't attack. So it's got to have Rush, or it's got to be not summoning Sickness. An opponent's Digimon is attacking using an effect at the end of their turn. If I choose an opponent's Digimon for this card's inherited effect, does that Digimon attack? No, your opponent can't attack using that Digimon. A new attack declaration can't be made during an attack. In such cases, even if you choose an opponent's Digimon for this card's inherited effect when is already an attacking Digimon, your opponent can't attack with the chosen Digimon. Can I choose a Digimon that isn't affected by effects for this card's inherited effect and have it attack? Yes, you can choose a Digimon that isn't affected by effects for this Digimon and have it attack. Such Digimon aren't affected by effects, but they can be chosen. In addition, your opponent attacks with the chosen Digimon, and this Digimon's inherited effect affects a player. Therefore, your opponent must attack with the chosen Digimon if it can attack. So it doesn't affect the Digimon. Apparently, it affects a player. That's interesting. Alphamon. If this Digimon digivolves from a Kyoka Karemi that was played this turn, can it attack the same turn? No, it can't. Even if it digivolves from a card that was placed on the field in the same turn, it can attack. Basically the same thing. Tamers got to be down a turn before they can attack. Does this cards, if this Digimon stack has 2 more same level cards, mean it? Same thing we talked about. Yeah, if he has 2 level 5s, the X antibody stuff. Can I process the part of the effect then in this card's alternates effect, even if the if condition wasn't met? No. Even if Kyoka Karemi isn't in this Digimon's Digivolution cards and this Digimon stack doesn't have 2 or more same level cards, this card's alternates effect will unsuspend this Digimon. So the alternates effect is separate. So so that one the if just gets you more stuff. The all turns one is going to be all turns, so it doesn't matter. Platinum Numamon. Can activate this card's your turn effect when an opponent's Digimon and this Digimon are deleted at the same time. No, you can't have. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. If this Digimon Digivolves from Kishibe, that was play this now can't attack. We already saw that. When this card attacks a player and raid changes the attack target, can I activate this card's alternate effect? Yes, you can. Yeah. When this card attacks a player and I activate this card's alternate effect, can raid then be used to change the target attack? Yes, it can. Agumon X Antibody can activate this card's inherited effect even if my opponent's Digimon and the Digimon that has this card and its distribution cards are deleted at the same timing. No, you can't activate it. Dark Tyrannomon X Antibody, same thing. It deletes it. You can't activate it if it's deleted at the same time. Lekismon, what does this card? I said 2 level same cards, we know that. I have EX5 Ko-Sio in the battle area. Can I use this card's Wind Digital in effect to play BT22 Sio? Yes, you can. Crescimon, 2 same level cards. We already talked about that. We talked about having to play the cost to get the effect on certain abilities. So there's that. Dianamon, what does 2 same level cards? That's everything. Can I process the effect? I process the part of the effect then in this card's when digitaling, even if condition. So again, even if this card's, yes, you can process it. Even if this card's Digimon stack doesn't have 2 more same level cards, when this card's when digital effect will return one of your opponent's Digimon with 1 or fewer digital cards to the bottom of the deck. So again, certain things you get to do as much as possible. Certain things you have to pay in order to. It depends on the wording. Got all the eater stuff. Digimon with 2 copies of this card and its digital cards is in the breeding area. When an eater trait card would be played, can I activate the inherited effect on just 1 copy of this card to reduce the play cost by 1? Yes, you can. We talked about what a breeding effect is. Same thing. Reduce the play cost by 1. Yep. What order do a security effect when blank performs a security check effect and when a card is removed from the security stack effect activate when they trigger simultaneously upon security effects take precedence for activation. Upon security check, a security effect will immediately activate without pending activation. For other triggered effects, the turn player activates their effects first. That's all similar stuff. Yeah, same thing. What does effects don't affect mean? Yeah, so it doesn't affect. No effects affect it. Quinlan, I don't have any Digimon. Can I use the part of this effect after then in this card's start your main effect to play 1 Sangamon from the trash without returning this tamer to the bottom of the deck? No, you can't. If you don't perform the processing specified for by in such an effect, the rest of the effect won't activate, so you have to put it at the bottom. Arisa Kinosaki, same thing. Can I use this card's end of turn effect to digivolve into Lord Nightmon that doesn't meet dissolution requirements? No, you can't. You have to meet the dissolution requirements for this. Doesn't work, man. When this card's main effect, when a card with a main inherited effect digivolves into a card with a flame or CS trait, can I activate this card's your turn effect and activate that main effect? Yes, you can. If I use this card's your turn effect to activate Maramon's main effect, when do I process the part of the effect after if this activate any effect. After all of BT22 Maramon's main effects have resolved, then you process the part of the effect after if this activated any effect. If you use Maramon's effect to attack, you gain memory after the attack declaration. I use this card to activate main effect once per turn. Can I activate that main effect once per turn during the same turn? No, you can't. If it's a once per turn effect activates, it can activate again during the same turn. So even if you're using it to activate the Digimon, if that Digimon is once per turn, it can activate it again, unless it had multiple uses. But then it would just be able to activate that. If if there was any main effect that wasn't once per turn, it would just be able to activate it again. 2 copies of this card in the battle area. Level 4 Digimon with only a level 5 card and its Digivolution cards digivolves into a level 5 CS trait. Digimon can activate your turn effect on the first copy of this card to digivolve that Digimon to a level 6 trait Digimon. Can I then activate your turn on the second copy? No, you can't. This card's your turn effect only can be activated when a Digimon digivolves into a CS trait Digimon, and that Digimon has a card with the same level as Digivolution cards. In this case, once Digivolution is performed using the effect of the first copy of the card, there are no level 6 cards in that Digimon's Digivolution cards. Therefore, your turn. Therefore, the your turn effect on the second. Okay, so basically, yeah, you got to use. It's got to be the same level. So yeah, once you digivolve the first one, the second one doesn't have a level 6 in there to perform the ability. Unique emblem, Poseidia Lagoon. If I would use this card's delay effect to digivolve my Digimon, can it digivolve into a Digimon card with the aquatic or Liberator trait? No, it can't. It can only digivolve into a card with both the aquatic and Liberator traits. So it's got to be an aquatic Liberator card. Fable Waltz, same thing. It's got to be Puppet and Liberator trait. Sawi. What does while you have the specified card on the field mean? It refers to when you have a specified card in the battle area or the breeding area. Again, you can't digivolve in, same with Kyoko Kuremi, you cannot digivolve into Alphamon that does not meet the Digivolution requirements. And then lastly, Sayo, it's got to have 2 cards of the same level. Examples include when a level 5 Digimon has a level 5 Digivolution card, or when a level 6 Digimon has 2 level 5 Digivolution cards. Yeah. So that is BT22. A lot of different effects. We kind of went through a handful of them. Also, just wanted to let you guys know about the update to the comprehensive rule manual right here, 4-5-5. Unless specified otherwise, the bottom card of a stack are placed face up. So that's to do with the DM stuff. Unless it's otherwise specified, like the DM effects, you always place those bottom cards of a stack face up, whereas the DM stuff changes that. So they had to kind of unless specified, it's face up. And then 18-2-2, when an infinite loop occurs, if an infinite loop was caused by a given effect, that effect is negated, and then players continue to play the game. Okay, and it'd be interesting to know what that's from. I'm just what's the infinite loop? I want to know. What's the infinite? So apparently it's they basically said is you cannot have an infinite loop. That's it. But that's the only updates to the comprehensive rules guide. Hope you guys enjoyed the Q&A. Tell me what you think about BT22. What do you think about the effects? There's a lot of same level effects. There's a lot of different stuff in there. Luckily, the Digivolutions for being able to digivolve Alphamon from a Tamer or Lord Nightmon is you do have to meet the requirements. So that it has to be able to digivolve from that Tamer. It can't just do whatever it wants. It has to be able to meet that Digivolution requirement. So that's all we have for now. But tell me what you guys thought about these rule Q&As. We'll continue to bring these to you guys and any erratas and other things we can once they become available. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.